Sebastian Janikowski set to kick off.
The big left foot of Sebastian Janikowski ready to get us started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. From the 6. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17.
17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That's good.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Cunningham looking to throw. Being chased out left. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
After the interception, here's Griffin. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Griffin, a slant to Jones. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
From the shotgun, Griffin flushed out right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Griffin. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw again is Griffin. Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
They'll indeed go for it with Griffin, escaping the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
At the 13-yard line.
Here's Walker. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Back at the 17-yard line.
We're scoreless after one.
Quarter with no score.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Out of the gun, it's Elliott, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
To throw on third down, Cunningham. And this one quickly to Lamb. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense. Brendan, let's file this play away for later. Let's note this play because, to me, it's not out of the question that the decision to pass up the 3 there could come back to haunt them later on.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He gets it left side to Johnson. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
6 at the 7-yard line.
Now it's Griffin. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Griffin. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
At the 44-yard line.
Griffin will throw again. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, Griffin. Looking deep for Elliott. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. Here we go on fourth down with Griffin, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. Touchdown, Cardinals! Randy Moss, 56 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field. And he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Looking downfield for Dez. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
After the interception, here's Griffin. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in coverage. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
He may try and run for this. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
When teams have a tough time running the ball, as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Griffin. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and it's 3rd and short.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Fourth down. Here's RG3. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now a carry for Walker. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Herschel Walker, 26 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
That ties the game at 7. Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. the gun, it's Griffin. Past the 20. Got a man. It's Randy Moss. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
Sean Taylor there defensively.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Griffin dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here in Santa Clara. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So a lot rides now on the big left leg of Sebastian Janikowski. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Janikowski bangs it through, and the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Partner, remember back in the first half when you talked about them passing up on the 3 when they went for it on 4th down?
And it changes your options, doesn't it? Because if they took the 3 there, we've got a tie ball game on our hands, and maybe their thinking on this drive absolutely changes.
Yeah, you talked about filing that play away for later. Now we resurface it. They start on the ground with Elliott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run now with Walker. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
7-yard line.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Cunningham from the gun. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He completes it to Bryant. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
I know it was a completion, but probably not the best decision to throw the ball to the middle of the field here. No timeouts. Give a ton of credit to him making the catch and finding a way to get to the sideline and get out of bounds.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
He's back to throw. Flush to his right. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Running right, here's Walker. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They go to Elliott again. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to tie things up in the final minute. And his kick here is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net. But they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
5-yard line. The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Now RG3. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. 6-time Pro Bowler Randy Moss, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now is Griffin. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Here's Griffin. He'll buy some time right. And he's got his man on the out route. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So now this thing's coming down to the big left leg of Sebastian Janikowski. He's hit on his one earlier attempt tonight, but this a little more pressure-packed for the win. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. So that'll back him up 5. So now this thing's coming down to the big left leg of Sebastian Janikowski. He's hit on his one earlier attempt tonight, but this a little more pressure-packed for the win. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? The answer's pretty evident to me.
Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Focusing on me, moving Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle, pockets LREs. Distinctive destinations, all I want to see.
On first down, Griffin. And he will go down, a Cowboy sack. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Another try after the first down sack. Griffin. He completes it to Julio Jones. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Griffin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
From the gun, Griffin. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeMarcus Ware able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
The line of scrimmage. It's second down.
Throwing on second down, Griffin. Looking downfield for Jones. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big pickup of 38. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Operating from the gun. Griffin. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. From the gun, Griffin. And it's caught. Touchdown. Julio Jones there to make the grab. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive.
His kick.
Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the 1st quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The ball carrier.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Let's see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham, eluding the pressure right. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked by the safety, Taylor Mays. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
After the interception, here's Griffin. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
At their own 2-yard line.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
The tackle made.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to pump the ball. They've done so with that first run.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Cunningham. Right side complete. That's Woods. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be out right at the 35. 23 yards on the tuck and run. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
To make the tackle.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
That's another Cowboys first down.
Now a give right side. Walker. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
He was brought down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On second down, Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game.
The Cowboys will...
So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to them a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
Way 2 set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen.
He's got a man, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Griffin. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Griffin. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final play of the half. It's Griffin. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
The NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
A play fake. Now Cunningham. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Kid had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On second down, here's Cunningham. Can't get away, and he's taken down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd down, Cunningham. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Jones has it over the middle. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
But to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know. I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off Byron Jones. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Number 20.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
The tackle made.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Again, it's Elliott. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Going deep here for Bryant. This is caught at the 20. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long. Here's Cunningham, and he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Going to give him 8 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
At the 12-yard line. A 2-yard gain.
Certainly some pressure here on Younghoe Koo.
On for the field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead grows to 4. It's 11-7. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Griffin. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
10 at the 42-yard line.
Griffin to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Sanders. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.